Some would call this a bucket of waste. I call it a bucket of potential. I build a lot of furniture. That furniture makes some smaller parts. Now I can take those smaller parts, turn them into drink coasters, which will then protect my furniture. Awesome! So, another great beginner project. Let's get started. So this milk crate of potential has a lot of different woods in it. Different colors, different grain patterns, and I thought it would make an interesting looking coaster. But I'm going to need glue, and a lot of it. I want to pick and choose these pieces. Not all of them are great. They're different thicknesses, and I thought the different thicknesses would also make an interesting pattern. I'm laying them out, then I get the glue and I just start gluing. I've got a silicone spreader there. I think maybe not if, but when I do this again, because this was a fun project, when I do this again, I'm going to use a paint roller. I think that it'll spread the glue a lot better and a lot faster. This was kind of cumbersome, pretty messy, a lot of squeeze out, and just sticky. I felt like Winnie the Pooh after eating an entire jar of honey. I continue stacking and gluing the pieces until I get it to a height of about 4.5 inches. This will give me a little bit of leeway to make some cuts and any other adjustments that I need to make to their dimensions. Once they're all stacked, I take two pieces that I'm not going to glue, and these will add support and a nice even clamping surface to make sure that everything gets squeezed properly. When I cut into this later, I don't want to find out that there are voids and gaps that didn't get squeezed properly. With all the clamps in place, I'm going to try to patiently wait 24 hours until the glue is fully set. Once the glue is set, I'm going to come back and I'll pull all the clamps. These pieces did not glue up evenly, so I'm going to take it over to my joiner and make everything flat. This is going to even the entire surface out, give me a good base to start working off of and making my other cuts. With one edge perfectly flat, now I can square up all the other edges. As you can see, I didn't spend a lot of time being picky about lining up the ends of the boards. I knew I was going to be cutting them all to one size later on, so whatever pieces I had, I just glued them together and went from there. I either lost the footage or never took any video of actually cutting the thickness of the coasters. So here I'm showing you a reenactment of what happened with a 2x4. I set my fence to 3/8 and I am running it through, obviously with push sticks. You don't want to get your fingers near that blade. And I have to make two passes, one halfway through, then another half again, just to get through the thickness of what ended up being 4 inches. I'm embarrassed to say that I actually don't have a crosscut sled. I built this out of some scrap pieces. This is just to alleviate some of the tear out because I wanted the final cut to be absolutely perfect. So I made this crosscut sled. It worked well enough. I don't think you should use it, but I don't know. I don't know what more to say on this other than it's fine. I'm going to build a better one. I do, however, have a great router table, and I can show you how to build this in another video. I'll have that linked in the description down below. What I'm using here is what's called a Roman Ogee bit. It has a profile that looks a little bit like this. But I didn't want that deep of a profile, so I set the bit pretty deep in the table. I'm going to get rid of that bottom half, and it's going to leave me with a profile that looks like this. And it worked out perfect for the coasters. And I'll do that for all 12 of them. You can see the table rocking a lot. I do have leveling legs on this, but I was just rushing through the 12 and decided not to level it for some reason. I've sanded all 12 of them, first with 60 grit, then with 120 grit, then I went back through with 220 grit. Now I'm taking my air gun and I want to make sure all the sawdust is gotten off of these. If there's any little nooks and crannies, I want to make sure it's all blown out of them. Because when I put the finish on there, I don't want any of that sawdust marring up the finish. I took some of the cut off scrap pieces and did several different finishes on them and then ran it by my focus group, aka my wife and daughter, to decide which finish was going to work the best. And we all decided that tung oil looked the nicest. So here I am using a tung oil finish. I didn't want to go with anything too dark because that would just give a uniform finish that wasn't really what I was looking for by using all those different woods and grains. The tung oil brought out all the colors and really just made them pop, and I love it. After this, I'm going to finish it with some polyurethane. And I chose polyurethane because it's really durable. You can leave tung oil, just do a few coats of it. You'll have to redo the tung oil over the years, and it may leave some watermarks, so that's why I chose to do something a little more solid. A final touch to these coasters is adding a peel and stick cork to the bottom. I've cut this cork to be 1/8 of an inch shorter on all sides. My final measurement for the coasters was supposed to be 4 inches. It ended up being 3 7/8. The reason for this is I had to cut around some of the defects in the wood later on, and just some of the milling process made it so they're just slightly shorter by 1/8 of an inch. So I made these, as I said, just 1/8 of an inch shorter, so it gives a little bit of a reveal around the edge. With the coasters complete, I want to give them a home, a little landing base. So I'm going to take these pieces of scrap wood, I'm going to clean them up on the table saw, cut them to 3/8 thick, the same thickness as our coasters, and then glue them together. I'm using different woods so I still get that kind of checkered pattern, but I'm not going to be using as many layers to make this surface. Like before, I clamp everything together lightly so I don't squeeze all the glue out, give it a final check, and then I have to patiently wait again for 24 hours. And the next day, I take my makeshift sled and cut them all to size. I decided to just make these 4x4 for easy cutting. I then move on to cutting my posts. These are 3/8 of an inch by 3/8 of an inch, and then they are 1 5/8 inches tall. I made a little mark on my sled so I can make them all the same size. And with all my pieces cut, I glue them to the corners of the base that I had cut earlier, which I apparently did not video, so we're going to move right on to staining. You'll see what I mean in a minute though. I'm using a Minwax Honey for my finish. I did want a dark finish on this to really bring out a contrast, and they do come out nice. I'm pretty happy with it. This just rubs right on. I do 1 coat of this, and then I do 2 or 3 coats of polyurethane over that to protect it. I'll zoom in and freeze it right here so you can get a look at how I put those posts on. They're just at a 45-degree angle to those corners. And there you have it. Wood that could have gone in the burn pile are now 4 beautiful and unique coasters. To be sure you don't miss more videos like this, join the Sawdog Pack and subscribe today. I have a lot of other videos as well for all kinds of builds. You should check those out too. See you next time.